Hello guys, so now we shall be discussing regarding the third part of the duodenum. So in third part of the duodenum also we shall discuss about the anterior relations of the third part of duodenum. Okay, so previously we discussed anterior and posterior relations of first part of duodenum. We discussed anterior and posterior relations of the second part of duodenum, and now we shall be mainly focusing on the anterior and posterior relations of the third part of the duodenum. Okay, so first we shall discuss about the anterior relations. Anterior relations of third part of duodenum. Okay, so what are the anterior relations of the third part of duodenum? So all of you know what is the third part. Again, I'm drawing the picture over here. So if this is the duodenum over here, right? So this is a duodenum like this. Now where is the third part present? All the way from here till here, all the way from there till here. Okay, so all the way from there till here. So this entire part which I'll be highlighting now, right? So this is your third part of the duodenum. Okay, so the same third part of the duodenum, let me draw it down over here. So let us say this is the third part. This is your third part of the duodenum. Now in this third part of the duodenum, what are the structures located anterior to this? What are the structures that are located are? First important thing is that I have discussed about the veins of the stomach, the veins of the intestine, right? So there I have told you that this vein over here which we have is called as a portal vein. Okay, now this portal vein will continue down. Okay, this portal vein is continuing down like this as a vein that is called as superior mesenteric vein. So what is the name of the vein over here, guys? So this vein which you can see over here is called as superior mesenteric vein, which is located in front of the third part of the duodenum. Next, along with superior mesenteric vein, we should also have superior mesenteric artery also, right? So here this artery which is going down all the way like this, right, along the superior mesenteric vein is called as superior mesenteric artery. So these are, what are these? These are superior mesenteric vessels, which include superior mesenteric vein as well as superior mesenteric artery. Okay, next important thing. Now look at this picture over here. If this is the third part of the duodenum, okay, so you are telling me that this is the third part of the duodenum, and obviously this will be the fourth part of the duodenum. And after that, what is the continuation? After the duodenum, we have got what? We have got jejunum. Okay, so it means exactly here you are what? You are twisting it like this so that the jejunum is formed. So there is a jejunum. So can I tell this one, whatever you can, this flexion, this bend, whatever you can see, this bend is present between, this is called as jejunum. See, this yellow color part which I am shading is called as your jejunum, and this green color part which I am shading is called as your duodenum. Till here it is duodenum. Okay, now this flexion, whatever you can see, where is this flexion present? The flexion is present at the junction where the duodenum is continuing into jejunum. Okay, so this one, can I call it as duodenojejunal flexure? Why? Because duodenum is continuing into jejunum. So I am calling this flexure over here as duodenojejunal flexure. So this flexure over here is called as duodenojejunal flexure. Duodenojejunal flexure, right? Now, what I am trying to tell you is that surrounding this duodenojejunal flexure like this, surrounding this duodenojejunal flexure, you have got a fold of peritoneum. What is this? This is a fold of peritoneum. This is a fold of peritoneum that is covering the duodenojejunal flexure. Next important thing. Here also we have got a fold of peritoneum that are covering the mesenteric vessels. So what is this fold of peritoneum called? This is called as a root of mesentery. The name of this is root of mesentery, right? Now all of you look here, this root of mesentery is going all the way like this, right? It is passing behind the third part of the duodenum. You see, it is passing behind the third part of the duodenum. right? It is passing posterior to the third part of the duodenum, and then it is going and joining what? This is going all the way up and joining your peritoneum. Exactly speaking, the peritoneum that is covering the duodenojejunal flexure. Okay, so even the root of mesentery is also located posterior to the third part. Now after that if you look here, this jejunum whatever is there, right? So this jejunum will coil, right? So let me explain it in the form of a picture. So let us say this is a esophagus, stomach, and this is a duodenum like this, right? Now here the duodenum is ending. From here what is happening? The jejunum is starting. So this jejunum whatever is there, you can see very clearly, right, that this jejunum is coiling like this. You see, this jejunum is coiling. Now as this jejunum is coiling, you can very clearly see part of the jejunum, this part of the jejunum is present behind the duodenum, right? So I cannot draw this over here, but I can just put a small mark over here telling that, see, these are the coils. You see, it is present behind okay. So this jejunum is present behind the duodenum. Okay, so let us discuss what are the different anterior relations of anterior relations of the third part of the duodenum. Now coming to the anterior relations of the third part of the duodenum, the first important thing here is that we have got the this one is called as a superior mesenteric vessel, right? This is called as a superior mesenteric vein. And what is this called? This is called as a superior mesenteric artery. Okay, and this is called as the root of the mesentery, and this is one of the coil, right? So this is one of the coil of what? This is one of the coil of intestine. What intestine? Jejunum, coil of jejunum. So let us write down all these things here. The first important thing is superior mesenteric vein. Okay, second important thing is superior mesenteric artery. Second important thing is superior mesenteric artery. Third important thing is the root of the mesentery. Root of the mesentery. And what is the fourth important thing? That is the coils of the duodenum, coils of the jejunum. Coils of jejunum, right? So what are the important things we have discussed here? One is called as a superior mesenteric vessel, right? Superior mesenteric vein, superior mesenteric artery, root of the mesentery, and coils of the jejunum. So these are all the structures which are located anterior to the third part of the duodenum. Okay, so what are the structures that are located anterior to the third part of the duodenum? That is, what are these? These are the four important structures, and I think I have been mistaken here telling you that the root of mesentery is passing behind. Actually no guys, the root of the mesentery is passing in front. Okay, these are the anterior relations. So the root of the mesentery is passing in front. Okay, and I have also told you that the coil of the jejunum is present behind, right? But no, the coil of the jejunum is present in front like this. Okay, so the coil of the jejunum is present in front. So the coil of the jejunum, I think this is clear now. Coil of the jejunum is present in front. Why? Because I am discussing regarding the anterior relations. So regarding the anterior relations, obviously the coils of the jejunum should be in the front, right? And the root of the mesentery also should be in the front, right? So these are the things. So if you even just remember these four important points, that is more than enough. So these are the structures that are related to, that is the anterior relations of the third part of the duodenum. Okay, so thank you so much for watching my video. Goodbye.